Welcome r/EntitledParents. M demands to know what I talk about in therapy. She doesn't like the answer at all. This happened yesterday, and I'm still in shocked amusement about it. I honestly thought the next time I'd be writing an Entitled Parents, it would be about one of the M's I have come across in the wild. But alas, my own wonderful M decided to let out her entitled side again, so here I am. Some of you may have read about her in my previous post. She wasn't the main subject of the post, but she definitely held her own. For those interested, warning, it's a long story. My previous post. To the story. People involved. Me. My mother, Karen. If you've read my previous post, you know that Karen is just delusional, crazy, a truly repulsive person. Entitled. Barely human. Pick any or all of the above, and add your own as needed, and that I have very little contact with her, with good reason. We do still speak on the phone occasionally, around once a month, because I don't like remaining resentful and holding grudges, even if they are completely deserved. Hate breeds hate and all that jazz. And I like being happy. Well, the day before yesterday was one of the days I decided to give her a quick call, to check if she was still alive, etc. During the conversation I made a passing remark about having an appointment with my therapist, at which point she went very quiet indeed for a while, and then started questioning me about the therapist, while trying to sound like she's completely indifferent about it. After getting absolutely nowhere in her questioning, she announced that she's driving to see me the next day, yesterday. Now understand, this is completely unheard of, and also completely unwelcome. We live in different cities, it's a long drive and I just don't like her company. It's also been well over 2 years since she's come to visit, so this was more than a little odd. I explained to her that I couldn't meet her yesterday, I didn't want to, and that I was working, so I couldn't anyway. She completely ignored me and told me that I can make time to see my mother and that she was coming anyway. I kept asking her what was the point of her coming, a valid question in our relationship. We don't do social visits, and she said, does she need a reason to come and visit her son? I replied, yes, I've got better things to be doing, so if it's not important, what's the point? She obviously just kept ignoring me, told me what time she'd be arriving the next day, so unfortunately, I was getting a visit from Karen. I've lived where I do now for about 3/4 years, and on the few times she has been to the city I live in, she's got this weird obsession of trying to get into my house. She's not welcome. She always tries different methods, like, oh, I want to get you something for your place, let's go and see what you need, or how's the view from your place, can I see, or can I use your toilet quickly? So naturally, I don't let her. I've got nothing to hide from her. I genuinely don't care what she thinks about any aspect of my life. But I grew up with literally zero privacy. She and my dad would go through all my things constantly when I was younger. Bags, pockets, phone, room, etc. So now when she's trying to do something that she has no right to do, I take great enjoyment from stopping her doing those things. And I'm always sure to politely let her know that the reason she's being treated like this is because of how she treated me for so long, and it's simply a taste of her own medicine. The look on her face is genuinely priceless when I do this. The time arrives, and she lets me know she's outside, so I go down and meet her. Surprise, surprise, she had reason to try to get inside. This particular plan to get into my place was that she'd brought with her loads of her second-hand house stuff that she didn't want anymore, and neither do I. 2 big bags and a box, and told me she'd brought me some useful things for my place, so can I hold the door while she carries it in? I said. Don't worry about it, you watch the car, I'll carry it up. There was no reason to watch the car at all. No, it's heavy. I'll carry it and help you unload it all. If it's heavy, all the more reason for me to carry it. Anyway, what even is it all? Don't be silly, I need the exercise. It's a load of old stuff from my house that I don't want anymore. It'll be very useful for you. She has zero knowledge of the things that I own. I've got everything I need, thanks. I've brought it all this way. Why are you rejecting presents? As I said, I don't need anything, and I don't want the things that you are effectively throwing out. Shall we stop wasting time and go and talk about whatever it is you want to discuss? Okay, yes. So open the door, let's put these things inside and go. You know you're not coming inside, so either put them back in car, or I'll take them inside, and then we can go. She realized at this point this plan of hers wasn't going to work either, so just left the things on the floor, and got back in the car. I took them inside, hopped in her car with a big smile and said, "See, that wasn't too bad, was it?" The look on her face nourished my soul. So we arrive at the cafe, sit down and order some stuff etc etc. I cut right to it, because I really do have work to be doing, and well, spending time with this woman is close to being the very last thing I would choose to be doing with my days. So what was so important that you had to drive here then? K, when we spoke the other day, you said you were seeing a therapist. Yes, and K, why do you need to see a therapist? Why is that your business? K, I'm your mother. I have a right to know everything about you. You really don't. K, just tell me why you're seeing a therapist. Because I think it's a healthy thing for me to be doing. K, but what do you talk about while you're there? I really don't have to tell you anything about it at all. K, I'm your mother. I have a right to know what's wrong with my son. I couldn't help but laughing a little at that comment. You've never cared what's wrong with me, ever. And usually, you're what's wrong with me. K, how can you say that? Just tell me what you talk about in therapy. I'll tell you a little, but you won't like it at all. The only reason I was willing to tell her anything is because I knew the effect it would have on her. K, I'm an adult. I can take it. Fine. Well, we speak about my childhood a lot. K, what about it? One thing is the fact that I don't have a single happy memory from when I was younger involving you or dad. Dad's dead now. The only happy memories from when I was young involve my dog, my fiends and playing football. That's literally it. K, I can't believe you're lying to people about that. Lying? You're joking, right? You made my life miserable. Why do you think I moved out so young and stopped speaking to you for so long? K, hormones. Jesus Christ. If I'm lying, please tell me about these happy memories from my childhood that I'm now blocking out. K, so I take you don't remember skipping down the street with me holding hands? Now, I was genuinely interested as to what she was going to say here, but this made me laugh out loud. No, I definitely don't remember skipping down the road with you. Now that I think about it, I can barely remember a moment when we've even walked down the street together at all. The truth. When even was this? I must have been about 5. K, you were 4. Seriously? K, see, I told you you've got happy memories with me. Okay. Well, first of all, if I don't remember something, then it's not a memory, is it? And also, this can't have been a regular thing. K, oh no, we did it once or twice, but it's a lovely memory. Once or twice? You do understand that one little thing from when I was 4 doesn't overwrite the years of shit you put me through, don't you? K, silence. Because it doesn't. At all. And the fact that the happy memory from my childhood that you can think of happened once or twice when I was 4 proves my point. K, you're being dramatic. You're delusional. But I don't hold it against you anymore, hence why we are still speaking. There's no point in talking to you about these things, because you deny it, blame it on me, say it wasn't that bad etc etc. That's why I thought it was pointless you coming today. So, if that's all you wanted to talk about, then I'm going to go, because I've got stuff I need to finish. K, okay fine. But please stop lying in therapy about me. I'll keep being completely honest about you to my therapist and my friends. If you didn't want to be spoken about badly, you should have tried being a decent person. It's too late for that now. K just sits there staring at me. With a big smile. Well, this was lovely. Thanks for coming. Drive safe on your way back. I paid the bill. and walked out of the cafe. Sorry this ended up long. Apparently I find it quite therapeutic writing about my DNA done for you lovely folks. Edit. Thanks so much for all the support and well wishes everybody. I honestly really appreciate it. Just to answer a issue that keeps popping up. I know that going no contact with her seems like the reasonable and best thing to do, and it's something I did do for many years. No contact at all. It was my decision to reach out again, and no, it might seem ridiculous/stupid etc, but it's completely on my terms. It's impossible for her to affect my life negatively now. I have zero tolerance for any of her bullshit, and I will call her out immediately on it. I barely see her at all, no holidays, birthdays etc, but I would have no problem at all cutting her completely from my life again, if that's what I decided was best. But I'm good with how the relationship is now, for now. I appreciate all the concern everyone, but honestly, life's good for me now. I'm living how I want to and I'm happy. This encounter didn't affect me negatively at all, apart from an hour of my time that I won't get back. I just find her attitude and actions entertaining now. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you would like to see more, feel free to subscribe.